Hey guys, I want to take an updated look at Litecoin. We're going to take a look against Bitcoin as well as against USDT to try to get a full picture of what exactly to expect from it. And we saw a major breakout of this little consolidation period to get Litecoin from 62.95 up to 72-ish against Bitcoin. And now we're seeing a little bit of a pullback as it got a little overheated, as you can see here with the RSI reaching almost 75. That's typically 75, 80 is going to be, 80 is definitely, it's going to cool down pretty soon. But 75 is usually a pretty good sign that it is getting close to a cool down period. And so looking at it now, I believe we have a couple of things to try to look at to figure out how low could this go against Bitcoin. But we also have a lot more upside against Bitcoin. As you can see, the major resistance against Bitcoin is going to be up here in this region in the 81.57 region. As we can see here, it held a support. In the long term, look at this. How many times it held a support, resistance, support, support, resistance, resistance. So I'm pretty confident that once it reaches that stage, we're going to see a pretty big pullback against Bitcoin, which will take it back down to probably around this 57.33 range. But in the shorter term, I think we're starting to reach a point where it'll start to do this little number. It'll come down, sit here for a little bit, and start to round back up for its next run up somewhere in this region here. This is what happens almost every time it gets overheated. Almost every crypto does this. It'll go up, get overheated, come down, form a U shape, go up a little bit more, form a U shape. And in these cases, sometimes it'll form a little bit of a triangle, little wavy period. And then when it breaks out, get a nice good run here. And so I think against Bitcoin, it's just kind of taking a little bit of a break. It's going to kind of sit in this region, and then it'll start going up again probably in the next few days. Now, against the USDT, we have seen it break through this resistance here, and now it's kind of holding it as support, as we can see here. So these were the two big days that Bitcoin dropped, the two big drops there. But as we can see, the last couple of drops have been way higher because we gained ground against it, against Bitcoin. And so I expect to see this support level right around here hold, 290-ish hold. And then when we get up to about 333 is when I expect this line to also get challenged. And so it'll probably line up perfectly, and then we'll see a little bit of a pullback and then our next leg up. So always be aware of both the USD pairing as well as the BTC pairing, because it gives you the most insight into what exactly is going on. And so short term, I expect Litecoin to hold in this region as long as Bitcoin doesn't majorly nuke things and go down to like 39 or 38. If that happens, obviously everything gets messed up in this equation. But if that did happen, I would expect Bitcoin to then hold in this 275 region, and then we'll see the next leg up. So that's my look at Litecoin in the short term. I believe everything still looks pretty bullish. I think we are sitting on some pretty good supports to buy at, and just be aware of this region here. I'd be aware of this entire region here from like 330 to 324 to 330, as that will play pretty significant resistance as we try to make our next move up. But if you're just buying a spot and you're looking for the next real exit, I would say that next real exit is going to be in the range of, I'm putting it at 540, because sorry, let me get that up for you. The fib lines from the last high to the last low put it at about 540. And so that's where I kind of expect to see it run to. And based on the previous patterns that we've seen here of it getting 90 to 100% overvalued, I think that's about where it's going to end up, is about 500 to 540. But also keep an eye on the RSI, because once the RSI reaches this level here, this is a key level around 75 on the daily chart. When it reaches the 75 on the daily chart, it's probably time to start pulling profits. So also keep an eye on that and make sure you're very aware of this, because that's my plan is once it gets to 75 RSI and about 100% overvalued on the trend line, I'm going to start majorly pulling profits and possibly leave a little bit in the bag just in case it runs even more. But my idea would be to take most of it in profits, put it back into a stable coin, and wait for it to come back to the trend line again to repurchase, which my expectation is the next time it comes down, it'll probably be in this region here around 360, 370. So that's my look at Litecoin. That's my updated look. I hope you guys got it in the 265, 270 range whenever it was hitting this trend line. We may see it again, but the likelihood of that happening again is going to be slim unless Bitcoin makes a major nuke on us. So be safe. Be aware that Bitcoin has not completely bottomed out yet. It is testing 42 a lot. So do not go in over leveraged without major stop losses to protect yourself on the downside. And yeah, I look forward to talking to you guys again soon. Please do not forget to subscribe and follow, and leave comments down below if you have any coins you'd like to take a look at. Thank you.